When we first took Molly home, we followed a plan that got her house trained. Molly! When we first took Molly home, we followed a plan that got her house trained in just a few days. I'm here to show you how we did it, and hopefully it will help you too. But first, some hide and seek. So how do we get Molly house trained so fast? A lot of effort, sticking to the plan, and it's all down to you. The goal is not to say, don't pee in the house, or be angry if she does it, or shout at her, or rub her nose in it, because that's not going to help. She's only going to get scared, you're going to ruin the bond that you're creating with your puppy, and it's not going to be good training. The goal here is to say, this is where you do your business, and when she does it there, you reward her massively, and she will learn that that is the place to go. When are we going to take her out? Take her out all the time. When they're super young, every hour or so, and then as you get used to your dog, you learn the signs of maybe when things are going to happen, and so you can make fewer mistakes and get a bit of a routine going for the bathroom schedule. But initially you want to bring her out a lot. You do have one big advantage though, and that is that puppies sleep a lot. During the day they'll be napping for a few hours, and then as soon as they wake up, that is the time you take them out to pee, because they will definitely need to pee. Whenever they wake up, you have an opportunity to take them straight to wherever it is you decide they're gonna do their business, and then a little bit after they've eaten, a little bit after they've drunk water, and generally every hour if you can, bring them out. Even if they don't do anything, just wait 5 minutes. If they don't do anything, bring them back, and then half an hour later bring them out again. It's all about the consistency and making sure that they can't make mistakes in the house. Where should you take them? It depends on where you want them to use the bathroom. Now, we have always chosen the grass outside in the garden. We do live in a 5th floor apartment, so it's a little bit tricky, but we wanted outside, and we didn't want to have all these puppy pads all over the house, so we decided to take her out on the grass. If you live in an apartment on the 50th floor, maybe it's not so convenient, or you live in a city where it's not so great, you want to have a little area where they pee in the apartment, but you want it on nice puppy pads so it's nice and clean and where it should be. The point is that where you take her to pee is where she will get used to doing it. Puppies will understand from the paws, the texture of where they're doing their business, and from that they will learn that that is where they should do it. So if you start with grass, keep going to the grass. If you start on puppy pads, then eventually the puppy pads will be the place where she does her business. Later on, after a few months, you can go around other areas and they will learn that, okay, the house is nowhere to do your business. Outside, yes. Other people's houses, no. But initially you want to be sticking to the same place. Also, on the grass, in the same place on the garden, just to really drum it home that that is the exact place where she should go. I saw a great video of if you are planning to have pee pads in the house, and what they did is they had a little playpen and they covered it in the puppy pee pads, and then So every time they had to go to the bathroom, they did it on the puppy pads, and then they got used to that texture. And then slowly they took away a pad, so it wasn't completely covered, but most of it was covered. And then as the time went on, they take one away, take one away, take one away until you have just one left, and then they will know that, okay, that is the place I should do it. So if you're going to do it inside the apartment, maybe that's a good way for you. What do you do when you take her outside? Once you get to the place where you want them to go to the bathroom, and try and stick to the same place as much as possible, just stand there and be boring. This is not time for playing. You don't want the puppy to think, oh, it's playtime and running around on the grass. Just be boring. Sit there, do nothing. Let them sniff around, let them explore. If it's new to them, they'll want to explore, get all the smells, work out what's happening. But just don't do anything. Just stand there and do nothing. Then if they don't do anything, okay, bring them back up, not a problem. If you see that they're going to do something, then wait until they finish. Don't scare them halfway through. Don't jump in and get excited. Wait until they've finished. Wait until they've waddled off a little bit, and then turn into the most interesting, exciting, happy person in the world. Like, them doing that has made you the most amazing, interesting person in the world. Give them some treats if you have them. Say, good girl. Add whatever it is you want to say. Go potty, go to the toilet, whatever it is. And then just a couple of minutes, you're just playing around, messing around, really energetic. And teach them that what they've just done is really fun, is really exciting. If you keep doing this, they will very quickly learn that doing that makes great things happen, and so they want to do it more and more. With Molly, she wasn't so interested in the treats, but what she loved was cuddles and playing. So whenever she went down and she did something, we gave her a bit of treat, but then we played with her, we cuddled her, we said, good girl. And she understood very quickly that that was the good thing to do. What do you do if they make a mistake and go inside? As we said before, if you shout at them, rub their noses in it, get a newspaper, it's only going to make things worse. Don't do it. If you catch them in the middle of what they're doing, you can make some noise or clap or just trying to distract them so they end up not doing it, and then you can take them straight outside so they can do their business in the right place. If they continue, then okay, treat them as before. It was a mistake, but it was your mistake because you should have known and taken them outside. If you do find some little gift left for you in the house somewhere, or you're too late to stop them, you can just say no, and that's it. And they'll start to learn what no means as you do more training. But then just clean it up, move on, and that's it. It's really a learning point for you that you need to take them out more often, or make sure you keep an eye on them to see what they're doing. At night, puppies, if they're sleeping well, can usually hold their bladder a little bit longer than during the day. However, for the first few nights, or maybe longer, you may have to get up in the middle of the night because they need to pee. That's just the price you pay for having this beautiful little puppy in your new family. This can be helped by taking them outside just before they go to bed and not giving them any water, maybe an hour or so before bedtime, so they have an empty bladder, and you can maybe get a good night's sleep. But if they do and you have to take them out, just take them out, put them in the place as soon as they pee, say good girl, but don't play, don't get excited. It's not time to play there, it's still nighttime. So say good girl, give her a treat, and then take her and put her straight back in her bed. And then hopefully you'll get the rest of the night to sleep. For Molly, it took maybe 3 days until she was sleeping through the night, so it wasn't too bad. What's next then? Your puppy now knows where her bathroom is, and when she goes out and you take her out on time, she's doing her business. What's next? Well, just because they know that they should do it there, doesn't mean that they know that they shouldn't do it in the house. So you just need to be patient. It will come slowly. Dogs will naturally not want to do their business in the house, but when they're young, they don't know what their house is. They're brought into this strange place, maybe a big house or apartment. They have their bed, which they don't want to pee in, but everywhere else, they don't know it's their house. So it'll take a little bit of time, maybe there'll be the odd mistakes, but then that's down to you, making sure that you take them out often enough. There's a rule of thumb that says that puppies can only hold their bladder for about 1 hour per month of age that they have. So 3-month-old puppy, which is around the time that you'll be taking them home, only 3 hours. So every 3 hours they will have to go. Bear that in mind and make sure you're taking them out often enough. And then as they grow, 4 months, every 4 hours, 5 months, they can hold for 5 hours. But that's really the maximum. You really want to be taking them out more often than that, so they're not suffering. It's also very important to remember if you have to leave your puppy at home on its own while you go to work. If you're leaving it at home and it's a 10-week-old puppy, that's 2.5 hours. Every 2.5 hours, they're going to need to pee. So you need to have someone coming in, taking them out, or you need to come back and take them out every 2.5 hours. As they grow, you can leave it a little bit longer, but ideally you want someone at home coming in to let them out as often as possible. Some important points to consider. This will only work if you're at home a lot to teach them and supervise them. This is why it's great to have a week off work or a week where you can work from home and not have much to do, so you can really concentrate on taking them out every hour and playing and bonding and really getting to know your dog. Consistency is the key, because the more mistakes that are made, the more they get used to, okay, I can do my business in the house, the longer it's going to take to teach them that no, that's not okay. You don't want them developing bad habits. So take them out as much as you can, and if you can be at home for a whole week and be consistent, you can get them house trained within the week. Second point, letting your puppy roam free is a recipe for disaster. Firstly, you need to be aware that your house needs to be puppy proofed, because they will get their nose and they will bite and chew on anything. That includes electrical cables, things that you don't want ruined, sofas, everything. So try not to keep them unsupervised for long. But that also means that if they run off to the other room, maybe they're going off to do the bathroom. So think about it. This is why we were using the cage. And when we couldn't supervise her, or at night, we would always keep Molly in a cage. Keeping them in a cage means that they naturally don't want to pee while they're in there, which really makes house training much faster, because you know as soon as you take them out of the cage, they will need to go. And so you can take them out to where you're going to get them to have their bathroom, and they will go straight away. If you don't have a cage and you leave them unsupervised just for a couple of minutes, they can make a mistake in the house and then you've gone backwards. So if you keep them in the cage while you can't directly supervise them, then it makes things much better. Then once they've done their business outside, you can take them in. They can roam around a little bit, but always, please, be careful. Especially these toy poodles, they're very small, they're very delicate. Just be very careful with them. So how long will the training take? It will depend. It will depend on the type of dog, how intelligent the dog is. Toy poodles are one of the most intelligent breeds, so they'll pick it up quite quickly. For Molly, it was just a couple of days, maybe 3 or 4 days, and she knew, okay, outside is the place to go. There were still mistakes after, but it was mainly because we lost track of time or we didn't go out enough to take her out. Other dogs may take a little bit longer, other dogs maybe even sooner, but it also depends very much on you. How often, how consistent you can be, how often you can take them out, how quickly you read the signs that, okay, maybe something's going to happen right now. So it all depends on you. But you can do this in a couple of days or a week, and you can have your dog house trained in just 1 week. The signs that maybe they want to go out: lots of sniffing. Trouble is, puppies sniff a lot. That's how they discover the world, by smell. So they'll be sniffing around, sniffing around. You'll very quickly see the difference though between just general, I'm exploring, I'm curious, and oh, I'm looking for a place to do my business. Generally, if you see lots of sniffing, more than usual, and for Molly especially, sharp turns. So if you sniff that way, then sniff that way, sniff that way, and then that means, okay, she needs to go. So as soon as you see that, straight away, pick them up, take them to where they need to be, and hopefully you've caught them in time. That's it. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I will do my best to answer. Please like and subscribe if you liked it and if you got this far. We'll be making more videos of other things with a new puppy, and also just videos of Molly in general. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.